welcome to another video, and we're finally back on track with my training, my periodization for that cycle of training up to the meet in April. It's gonna happen finally on the 2nd and the 3rd of April. The Tromaras Strength Challenge. It's gonna be the second Tromaras Strength Challenge. The first one was, I believe, 2018. I wasn't in Greece yet, so I mean, I watched I watched the videos online and stuff. But this is, of course, to honor the great strongman and champion wrestler George Tromaras, who passed away very recently. I dedicated a video to him, and of course there's a couple of more things coming up that I'm working on. So I am preparing for this meet, back to volume training. Today was a lot of volume. I think I ended up, just the squats, I ended up with 5,000 kg total volume, which is, I mean, it's enough for my strength level, obviously. I worked up to 175 kg, which is, I think it's 385 pounds, for 3 doubles, and then I switched to 2 triples. And the reason being is that the Smith machine, the bar on the Smith machine is shorter than a regular bar, and which means my hands have to, come in closer, and it's really hurting my wrists, my fingers, my elbows, my rotator cuffs. I mean, my shoulders are killing me when I squatted that thing. And of course, you have to unhook and hook it back on to its pins, and that is, to me, that is the hardest thing. Like, I can't really, and I squat pretty low. If you follow me on Instagram, you can check out the picture I posted, and you will see the bar is pretty low. And if it was a free bar, free weights, it would have been a little bit lower as well, because I want to, load the barbell as close to my posterior chain as possible. Of course, as we probably all know, that, it depends on your stance. I used to squat a lot wider than that. I switched that due to hips and glutes. There was a little bit of pain here and there in 20, so I switched in, around 2020, early mid 2020. I switched to a closer stance. I mean, still not too close, but it's shoulder width. And if I go like maximum, if I max out, or if I'm around my 80-90% range, that would be a bit wider than my shoulders. But that's pretty much it, because I want to hit pretty good depth as well. So these are the sets, the heavier working sets. I wanted to do some box squats afterwards, and as you will see, I did. But my hands, speaking of the box squats, it wasn't even, that's actually not, that wasn't planned. You can see that, I mean, look at those wrists, man. It's so painful, because I have to rotate the bar. I have to spin it. Look at this. I stand up with it, and like, ideally I would have it one click down, but that lower level on the Smith machine is a lot lower. Besides that, it's I have to unhook it, and when I unhook it at that lower level, I stand up with it, it hits the higher pin, the pin that's right up above it. So I got pissed. As you can see, I stopped. I did 175 with a pause. Obviously, it's a box squat. I'm not going to bounce off that bench. But I'm trying 160 kg. I thought I'm going to do like a couple of sets of 5. And, more like controlled, not taking the bounce. Taking the bounce off, from the squat. Obviously, you split, in the box squat, you split the squat into 2 movements. And, man, it was so painful for my shoulders and hands that I just stopped. I thought, screw it, and then I just switched to I did 3x5, if I remember well. I did 3 sets of 5 with 145 kg, and that's it right here. My hands were ruined after that. I'm serious. Like, I wrapped my knees for the heavier sets and for these lighter working sets, and they were killing me. Like, I had no fingers left. I'm serious. Like, I told a couple of friends in there, I said, dude, if I was training with grippers, because usually my grip training doesn't take an hour, usually, because they're very small muscles. I said, if I was training with grippers maxing out, my hands will not be that damaged. It's such an irregular thing having to hook and unhook the bar every time before I squat. And of course, I'm also used to walking it out, and so I mean, it's a crazy situation. That being said, I hadn't done so much volume with just my squats in a long time, many months. I was happy that I was able to execute. I was happy I was able to finish what I had written down that I'm gonna do. And my ham was so sore after that, erectors and my obviously my hamstrings, my quads, my obliques, everything was so sore. And I was happy about it. I mean, that's the point, right? So I'm hoping I'm gonna get 240 kg in the meet, and that will be a decent PR for my previous meet in 2018. Ideally, I want more, but I mean that's just. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel.